we're a couple minutes over, so I want to cover scenario 2, contract hauler. So we're going to use the same web pass, click that, create organization/site. It will be greeted with the same form to fill out. So contract haulers, just to give a very brief overview, they only report if they only report to CalRecycle or they only have a reporting obligation to CalRecycle if they send material out of state or to direct land application. If you're a contract hauler and all you do is take material from residential or commercial accounts and bring them to a transfer station or direct haul to a landfill in state, or even deliver to a clean recycling facility, you don't have a reporting obligation. This is only for contract haulers, again, who do 100 tons or more export out of state, or to 50 tons or more to direct land application. Otherwise, for in-state contract hauler, there's no other circumstances where you would be required to register or report. Those in-state flows that are going to be reported upon by the facility to whom the hauled material was delivered. So no need to worry about those tons escaping the system. For the most part, haulers will only have to report if they are basically the last people to touch it, the material. No other reporter could provide that information to us. Those are the only circumstances where the hauler would have an obligation to report in RDRS under these regulations. So I just wanted to make that clear for folks. Huge preface at the beginning of this. Let's say you are a hauler, though, and you are on the border somewhere, for instance, Wairika, and part of your business involves picking up material, both black bin, blue bin, green bin material from residences and commercial generators of waste and recyclable and organic material, and you deliver said material to, Dry Creek landfill in Oregon. You did 100 tons or more of that. That's when reporting is required for the contract hauler. So, without further ado, let's just type away and input our hypothetical hauler who's hauling that material out of state. Let's call it, Jack's hauling service. So we'll, input the same information. Your email address and that sort of thing. That's where we would want to reach you in case we have any questions or concerns about the material or the information that you have submitted. Now, a preface about the website. We discovered that you do have to type in the http:// into the website field. So I'm just going to do that to demonstrate the best practices for that form field. So joejackshauling.com. This is not a real business, again, folks. So we'll create the profile. Let's just say it's 99 Main Street in Wairika. I'm not familiar with the postal code up there, so I'm just going to use ours and check if it's the same as the mailing address. Go to organization/site primary contact. Let's, again, for our purposes, that's me. Enter the required phone number in that. Let's just assume for our purposes that that's a cell phone. So let's we'll check that it's a mobile phone. All right, and getting down to the sort of heart of it, the reporting entity activity again. And this is probably the most difficult or complicated section out of everything. So this is really the only thing that has, for the most part, the moving pieces associated with it, or will change from scenario to scenario. So you'll click the plus button to add reporting entity activity, indicate contract hauler. Again, let's just call it Jack's Hauling, because that's the same, and hit save. And I'm the signature authority, so I'll click that. And again, hit save, and it'll chug away here, and hopefully I've typed in everything. I'm not embarrassing myself by leaving out a required form field. Now it does take a while for it to save. So if you'll probably take a look at your browser and see if that little wheel's spinning, or if it may take a few more seconds than what you're used to, but rest assured it is chugging along. Yeah, it's not like Google where it's just rapid. It may take like 10 or 15 seconds or more to input the required information and have that saved and up and running and everything. I will also, point out that there have been some, attempts to compromise government systems in the past week or so. So we may be experiencing like cyber attacks and that sort of thing. So a few seconds more to wait is not that much, to ask of you in the name of security. All right, so we've created our profile, and essentially all the information is filled out. You can see it at a glance right here. And that's really all that's required for this hauler for now until October 1st, when the reporting module opens for that entity. They'll be required to input, the however many tons of material that they handled and delivered to the out-of-state disposal facility or transfer station or wherever they took it to. And at that point, they'll need to turn in their report for quarter 3, 2019 by October 31st. So that pretty much takes care of the contract hauler scenario. And I see we're bleeding into the next scenario, which is transfer processor. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to make